Hi everyone, it's Ginny again, and this time I'm going to start working on this box, and I thought you might like to watch along as I go with it. I've changed my mind or my plan a little bit. I had intended to paint this, but after gessoing it I realised that the opening and closing it all the time has put a lot of pressure on this part here, and I want to protect it. So, and I've also spilt something on there, but it doesn't matter. So what I was thinking of doing, I have to do it this way because I can't open it up without ruining it. So what I was thinking is I'm going to secure it with masking tape to make it more sturdy, and then I'll use the napkin on the outside of this box instead of my plan was going to cover the book with it. But who knows, my plan might change again. I might still do the napkin on the book as well, but we'll see how I go. So I'm going to start with putting a bit of masking tape over here. And hopefully that will make it stronger if I do it on both sides, and then of course the napkin will cover it up so you won't be able to tell that it's there. That's acetate there in that window, and the good thing about that is that I realised after I gessoed that I'd spilled quite a fair bit, you know, over the edge onto the acetate. But the good thing is that the gesso scratches off the acetate really easily, so that was good. I got it off, no worries at all. Alright, so I'm going to use my new Mod Podge for this. And I'll just clean my brush a little bit. Still using the same old brush. It's been a bit stained now with some paint I used yesterday. It doesn't matter, it still works. Now, I'm going to separate this. Yeah, I learnt a little bit of a lesson about napkins recently. I was trying to put one on an envelope. I cut out, you know, part of a napkin and was putting it down on an envelope just to decorate it, and I couldn't figure out why it wasn't sticking down properly, and it was buckling and wrinkling, and it was horrible, and it ruined the picture. I had to try again, and I suddenly realised there were more layers than I had assumed. They have actually two layers of the under, and previous napkins that I've had before have only had the one layer. So yeah, I know a lot of people know about the 2 layers, but that was me finding out about it for myself. So this is going to be a bit tricky, how to figure out how I want this to go on. I'm going to have to cut around the window. is where I do a lot of back and forth, thinking, umming, ahhing before I make up my mind. And it's usually the same with every process I go through. I might perhaps glue this part on and then I'll have to cut that around the window. It'd be nice to have a picture of a bird on the top of the box though, wouldn't it? I have it like this, although it's too thin, I'm not going to fit a bird on there. Not really. And I was planning, or maybe I could put the bird here. Oh well, we'll see. Because I was planning to put other stuff on top. So what I will do is start, and I'll go all the way around the lower strip first. So I'll open this. Doesn't have a tab to pull it off. Come on, I want you to peel off rather than have to stab you and end up with bits stuck everywhere. No, it doesn't want to work that way for me. Oh. I've got it under my thumbnail. Alright, I'm going to use this off here rather than waste it. So I'll start down here in the corner. I have an awful feeling this is going to stuff up because I'm on camera and I don't have a lot of experience with doing napkins, but we'll see. Maybe I should cut that off. Oh well. I think the general idea is that you start in one small area and work your way across, so that's what I'll try. Try and be gentle with it so it doesn't rip. It's December. I was just saying it's December 30 today, so we're almost at the end of the year. So tomorrow night is New Year's Eve and there will be fireworks and all sorts of celebrations going on all over town. But we won't be going to any of that. We generally have a quiet evening. Stay home. My husband usually falls asleep on the couch watching TV and I babysit our poor Clyde, our dog Clyde, who is terrified by the sound of the fireworks and gets really upset and agitated, and I need to be able to try and keep him as calm as possible. So that's how I will be seeing in the new year. Probably sitting cuddling him and you know, having a look around on Facebook. That's what I did last year anyway. But I don't mind. As long as Clyde's okay. I don't like him to get so stressed out and he sort of, you know, shakes and pants, and he's vomited before just from being so upset by it. Poor thing. And we try to distract him, put some music on, and we tried giving him what do you call it, dog treats to keep him calm, which actually do seem to help. He hasn't vomited in a few years now, which is good, but I don't want him to get to that stage, so yeah, just keeping him calm. This is working out so far. There's a few tiny wrinkles in there, but it's not too bad. Now, I might just take the rest of that off. And I might cut this off, and then I can continue it round. Oh, hang on. This is awkward having this, not being able to open the box right up. So if I cut it, I can overlap it a bit there, but yeah. I suppose I could split where the join is down the side, but I'm a bit reluctant to do that because it's difficult to get it back together again the right way, so I shall just struggle with this. Oh no, I'm going to lose Birdie's head. Bye-bye, Birdie. Maybe I could keep the bird's head there. I might actually try ripping that. Because I remember someone, I think it might have been CJ Plum, who said that it's easier to match the layers up if they're ripped rather than just dealing with straight lines. So I should try that. This is a real experiment for me, guys, so this is painfully boring for you. I don't mind if you skip right ahead. But I know that there's some of you that like real-time videos and me chattering on about nothing. Yep. I might just do that then. Stick that down. Of course I should have taken it over the edge, shouldn't I? Now I've got little bits of gap to fill in. Oh well, I'll figure something out. Maybe I might put a ribbon around the edge or something. just to cover that a little bit. I was thinking that, just off the top of my head, what I'd like to decorate it with. I have some shells that I'd like to use, and I was thinking if I can match up the colours out of here with some ribbons and maybe some flowers, but yeah, we'll just see how I go once I get to that stage. Just depends what I've got in my stash. I don't know that I've got that coloured flowers, but we'll see. Had a nice day today. I caught up with my dear friend Richard, who I think I've mentioned before. I know in a video I did yesterday I mentioned him, but we only just caught up again recently after losing touch for 30 years. We were, you know, kids together, we went through school together, and then of course when we grew up and left home and left our town that we grew up in, we lost touch. And then we found each other again 5 years ago on Facebook and have been close friends ever since, so it's really nice. He came over to visit today because we hadn't caught up with him for Christmas, so that was nice. We had a nice afternoon tea with some cake and drinks and just chatted for ages. He was telling us about a cruise that he's been on recently. They went from Australia. I was saying they went from Australia on a cruise ship over to New Zealand, and he and a few friends, they had a really lovely time. So it was nice hearing about that. Should have gone over the edge there too, I think. Oh well. Need to cut this, just tear it there. It's quite late in the evening. Yeah, it's 7:15 now. Because we've got daylight saving, I've got a little bit more daylight, so I thought I may as well get started on this at least, and I can continue on with it tomorrow. Thought perhaps if I get the napkin part done tonight, and then it can dry overnight, and I can do the other part tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have enough time without needing to do other things. Now I might continue that all the way around, so I can match that up there. That looks good. Yeah, it's not terribly wet, so yeah, I think I'll glue it on and then tear it off afterwards. It seems to work alright that way. Let's reach my brush. Yeah, I was just thinking, In yesterday's video I mentioned about an explosion that happened and somebody lost their life. We just heard on the news before that very sadly that was a young 24-year-old young man who was driving the truck that exploded, and gee, my heart goes out to his parents and family. Such a tragic loss, and so young. Very, very sad. I don't know exactly what happened, but and plus you can't always believe everything they report on the news either, because they quite often get things mixed up. But yeah, it's tragic that it happened at all. That's alright. I didn't match that up perfectly, but it's fairly close. This is fun doing this. I'm enjoying it. Ooh. Don't wrinkle on me. I'm almost done. That was quick. And I just got to do the top. This is good, this Mod Podge. It's thicker than I imagined it would be. Oops, I've got some wrinkles there. Oh well, I don't mind. Sometimes I think wrinkles add a nice texture to it. I quite often like things not to be perfect. I think I've mentioned before I'm the same way with my garden. I like my garden to be a bit haphazard. It makes the eye roam around rather than just having everything in straight lines. Doing what I said before about tearing it. Oh, careful. Oh, I think I can cut that because it's going to hang over the edge. Where am I? Yeah, all of it is, so it doesn't matter. Cut it straight. Straight-ish. Bye-bye birdie head. I didn't chop his head off. It's going to go over to the other side. like a box, that's better. I might line the inside of it as well, just to make it more uniform and nice. But I might do the inside with different paper or napkin, I'm not really sure. Be nice if I have a paper that matches the colours, but I don't think I have. So tuck this bit down here on the edge. Is it stuck to there, has it? No. Oh, that's a bit tricky. Maybe I should wet it and pull it away. Yeah, I might do that later. Now, I suppose you can't really see. That's alright. It will do. Now, so it's probably not going to fold up that easily. How am I going to do this? It's going to be hard to match it. Yeah, I should continue that line that goes along there, I think. Would probably be the best way to go. So that would work alright like that. If I just cut this excess off here. And maybe take it back to about there. So I'll cut that bit off. You can hear a dog across the road barking. Just tearing it so it gives a bit of an uneven edge. just a little bit. It's a bit time consuming. Looks alright like that. And hold it in place. Haha, got it. It's really quiet this time of year, not many people are doing videos. I think the main videos I've been watching are Eileen McInnes and Wendy Mason. There's a few odd, oh, and Betsy Doodle, I enjoy hers as well. But yeah, it's understandable though. I mean, you know, we all need a bit of downtime, and particularly at this time of year with the holidays, and people are either going away or just, you know, catching up with family, and need a bit of a break away from the work of doing videos, particularly those bigger channels that put out videos every day. That's a lot of work. So yeah, they're entitled to a break. Absolutely. But it will be nice once everyone gets back into the swing of it. So we'll all be able to see what everyone else is doing and enjoy their videos again. I see there's a few people that have plans to start new projects this coming new year. I was going to say this year, but we aren't there yet. Not quite. Now I probably could have left that plain, considering it's the little tuck-in parts that look like wings. But I've decided I want them decorated. Just hope that they still close alright when I close the box up. Oops, a bit too much glue there. Ooh. Oops, I went a little bit. A little bit over there. Just so that it'll be easier to get off. I hope this sticks over the acetate okay. now. I might let that dry. Oh gee, that's really wrinkly. I say I might let that dry and then I make it wet again. Right, I'll do this side. Now I'll have to open another napkin, I think. I just need a little bit more for this side and then across here, and I don't have enough to match. Oh, actually, I don't have a line to match here, so that's alright. Maybe I could just use this. If I do that so it matches up with there, I might just make it, except that I need to go over there. If I do that, then I'll need other strips to go around. Oh, it might be alright. I've got this here. Yeah, that's okay. I'll work it out. So, I might actually dry it up with the hairdryer so I can get it done quicker. I'll switch off and be back in a minute. Okay. So, that's dry. I'll try and match this up now. And I might use this brush now. I don't know why I'm so fussy. This is going to be on the inside of the flap anyway. Oh well. I'm fairly quiet. I don't have a terrible lot to tell you. It's been really quiet here. I've just been fiddling around thinking about things I want to get done. I did a video yesterday. I've still got to edit that, which is going to take a long time. But I thought I may as well keep making a few videos, so by the time I've finished these I can have that other one edited, and then these can be edited straight afterwards. Try and get a bit of a flow happening. And there are lots of projects that I want to do, and it's just a matter of what takes priority. But I thought I'd better do this because I'd already committed that I was going to do it. So I'll do this first and then see where I'm at in terms of what I want to do after that. Alright, so just cut a bit of this off so I've got a bit of an overlap. Actually do this side first because it's dry. I'll do this like you would a dress pattern. You cut the little slits so that it folds over more neatly. Cut some of that off. been fairly warm today. It's going to be hotter tomorrow, so we'll be inside with the air conditioning going. I think about probably the last maybe 10 years we've had stinking hot New Year's Eve, which I suppose in one way isn't too bad for people that are staying out late at night wanting to watch the fireworks, because you know, at least it's warm in the evening for them. But yeah, the daytime's pretty awful. It's been horribly hot summer so far, and we're only a very short way into it. We've still got January and February to go yet, and generally speaking, February's the worst month in terms of temperature. It's the hottest, which I think for Northern Hemisphere would be August. Is that right? I'm not sure when if your summers run the same as our winters. Winter for us is June, July, August, so August being the last month of the winter. And then we start spring in September. Yeah, so super hot. And we're down the southern part of the country, so it's a fair bit cooler. Further up north it's been a lot hotter, and will no doubt still be a lot hotter than us. But that's how it is here. Very hot summers. The sun is very, very strong, particularly here in Australia. So many people have said to me if they've been on holidays in the Northern Hemisphere that the summers are hot, but the sun has a different feel to it. It's not as burning as it is here. We can have a day of 19, 20 degrees, which is, you know, mild, and that sun can still be really badly burning. You can get sunburnt really easily. It's not good. I think our country is one of the highest rates of skin cancer in the world because of the strength of our sun. Not that our sun is different to your sun, it's still the same sun, but yeah. I don't know why, but it feels stronger here. Oops. No, that doesn't matter too much, it's just on the inside. There we go, fix that. Ah, it's stuck to my finger. Alright. Sorry, I'm scratching my upper lip. That was a bit itchy. So I've got that bit there, which if it's tucked in it's not going to show. So I might just cover that with a bit of whatever. Because otherwise I'll have to open up a whole new napkin just for that little piece. It's not really worth it. And you people that are OCD, just relax, okay? It's going to be alright. He was like, oh my god, it doesn't match. I can't stand it, make it match. I'm going to be like that a little bit sometimes with certain... Okay. Now, what happened to that? Or did I use it? I'm going crazy. I thought I had another piece. Nope. That's it. So I might not have enough now. Shall hunt around. There it is. I did have it. I must have moved it before. Alright. So, it'd be nice to have a bird's head there though, wouldn't it? And the whole box, all the bird's heads are chopped off. Apart from this one. But then if you look at the box from the front on, his head's upside down. I'll cover it with this and then I'll see afterwards. I might cut a bird out of there or something and put it on. It's probably a reasonable way to go. Just looking at seeing if I can match those up there. It's close enough. But it won't match over there. Maybe I'm being too fussy. Oh, I'm going to do that. I can always stick something over the top afterwards. Don't fuss too much. That's the recipe. Tear it. It's true, it does sit down better without having that sort of seam line if you tear it. I hope you're able to still see what I'm doing. That'll do. That will do. After all that about wanting decoupage glue, I've gone and forgotten I've got it and used the Mod Podge. Oh well. I'll definitely use it for that case that I want to do, because I have some very precious pictures that I want to use, and I'm going to have to be really, really careful with that. Because I'd hate to try and put the images on and have them tear and get ruined. Not that I'm saying Mod Podge would do that, but I'm just saying, yeah, I want to be really careful with it. Try and use the right products and take my time. Oh, that didn't work out too well. It was wet where I tried to rip it. Oh well. I'll put something over it. The birdies out there are still singing. I'm supposed to be getting ready for bed soon. I see a few of you enjoyed seeing our magpies. I'm glad. I love it. I love them singing. I do that every morning and every evening. And in the evening, the pair of them will start off singing together. And I'm not sure whether it's male or female, but one of them, I got a feeling it's the male that stays behind. Anyway, one of them flies off and the other one stays there on its own, and it moves into a different part of the tree, and then it stays there for what seems like ages, but it's probably not really that long. And it just lets out one long single sort of cry over and over and over, and it's actually a little bit sad. It's yeah, it's a bit sort of a solemn sound, but yeah, they're cute, beautiful birds. I'm just going to do this all sort of patchworky, I think. That's a bigger piece. Like that. Try and get that. No, it's not going to work. Alright. Yeah, and then as soon as sun goes down, starts to get dark, the bird will fly off to wherever they're, because they don't live in that tree, they don't sleep in that particular tree. That just seems to be their calling post, I suppose you could say. It's interesting how they work. Beautiful birds. And we're so lucky. I was just telling Wendy last night that we're so lucky to have the magpies here, because they don't normally live around here in the city. They're normally out in the more rural areas where it's not quite so built up anyway. But the last really bad drought that we had, which lasted for 10 years, a lot of birds came from the inland, came into the city because they weren't able to get food as easily out in the countryside. And as I was saying about the birds here, that once they found they could find food very easily here, they ended up staying. So they live here now, which is nice. So instead of just having the sparrows and Indian minor birds, oh, and the blackbirds as well, they've always been around and I like them. But yeah, now we get the more sort of exotic birds, such as the magpies, the ravens that never used to be here either, and rainbow lorikeets, which are a type of parrot. Beautiful birds, so pretty to look at, and quite a social group. They hang around in very large social groups and they chatter a lot, and sometimes they can screech and be quite loud, almost ear piercing, but they're funny, they're real characters. Yeah, love having those birds around. As you know, I love birds a lot. Yay, this is coming together all right. Just need to sort out how I'm going to do that, but I'll work it out somehow. Just here, I'll cut that off a bit, I think. Bit more. I've still got some Mod Podge under my thumbnail, and whenever I grab some of the napkin it sticks under my thumb. Right, now I'll close this up, and then I'm going to try what I've seen someone else. Again, I think it was CJ Plum. She did a video on using napkins for the Deconstructed Art Journal pages in Rosemary Morris's group. And I think it was she who said that if you use a wet brush, you can tear the napkin away a lot more easily. So I'm trying. Oh yeah. Just got to sort of pull on it very gently. I hope I haven't gone too close to the edge. It's a bit time consuming. You don't want to watch me do all of this, do you? No, I wouldn't. You can go if you want to. I don't have a lot to talk about. Just waffling. As Betsy Doodle says, she talks twaddle. And here we talk waffle. We waffle on about nothing. Don't know I'm doing such a great job with this. It's coming away alright, but I'll sort that out afterwards. It's just that tiny little bit of an overhang. But I didn't want to cut it too close because then that would look bad, because you'd have a gap and you'd have the white part of the box showing. I hope I've stayed on camera. all this time. Oops. Doesn't like to tear away that easily. It's quite strong, this napkin. Oops, now I've not done a terribly good job there. Maybe my brush wasn't wet enough. No. Oh gosh, come on. Take forever. Doesn't look that great there, but maybe I'll cover it with something, flowers or something, or a butterfly. I want to use one of those butterflies that Teresa gave me. This, for those of you who don't know, my friend Teresa gave me this packet of napkins and some other really lovely papers and some butterflies, and so I decided that this is the project I was going to do, to use some of the things that she gave me, because I like doing these sort of boxes with the windows in them. So I thought that's what I'd do. Well, hopefully you're watching, Teresa, because you said you wanted to see what I did with the stuff you gave me. I'm pretty sure you would be. Now the thing with this is that I said earlier I'd spilt something, some spray, I think. I spilt some alcohol spray here, and so I was wanting to cover it up, but you can still see it through the napkin, so yep. My plan for that wasn't that great, but that's alright, because like I keep saying, I want to put other things on top of the box to decorate it, the butterfly being one. So I'm sure I'll work it out in the end what I want to do with it, and cover it up so you can't even tell it was there. This is actually working alright if I tear it with my thumbnail. The memory card was full, so I had to change it, and it's a little bit later now, so I'm hoping there's still enough light for you to be able to see. But I want to try and get this bit done, and then I'll finish up for the night and come back to it in the morning. I just went outside before to turn our dripper hoses on to water the garden, and it's really hot outside. You can very, very humid. As soon as you step out the door, it's kind of catches your breath how hot it is actually. It's like, oh. So I'm glad that it's nice and cool in here. I didn't get to hear our magpies singing tonight because I've been tucked away in here. It's at the front of the house, and where the magpies are is at the back. But I'm sure he was still there singing away. And then when I get up in the morning and have breakfast, they'll be there singing again. We've excuse me, we've got another blackbird in the garden at the moment, and she's been bringing nesting material and looking like she wants to build a nest, but she's not doing a very good job of it, so I'm not keeping my fingers crossed at all. I don't think this is a very good year for blackbirds to be breeding, going by what's happened so far. Poor things. It's already 2 nests that have been either abandoned or attacked by ravens. Which is a shame. I'd hate to lose our little group of blackbirds that we've had in the garden for quite a few years now. It'd be sad to see them disappear if they weren't able to keep breeding as efficiently as they were before. Alright, I think that'll have to do for now. I might just cover that bit over there and then call it a night, as the saying goes. The old piece will do. Since it's on the inside. Oops. And that'll do it. So I'll end it there, and thanks a lot for watching. And I'll be back again tomorrow and we'll continue fixing up this box. Okay, I'm going to say ta-da. Bye for now.